Welcome everyone. So today I'm doing a tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius. Now if you are an Aquarius, this video is for you. Also, if you're just interested in what's going on with an Aquarius, this video is for you. Now the way I always do my videos is I shuffle before I start the video, save you guys some time, so everything's ready to go, but I haven't looked at it. So we're gonna look at the cards together, see what's going on with you. The first position, and I'll sort of explain these as I go, is the recent past. That's what we're gonna look at first. And we're kind of going to go towards the future, past, present, future, as the reading progresses in general. Okay, so first cards. I have Temperance with the number 6. This is pretty good. Feels like having your ducks in a row. That's just what popped into my head. So in the recent past, it's like having all your ducks in a row with regards to your practical life, like your day-to-day life. Having things run smoothly has been really beneficial to you, and I feel like there's a sense of gratitude. There's a sense of acknowledging that things have been going smoothly, and just feeling good about it, and being thankful for it. Let's see what else comes out. Tell me more about this Temperance. Okay. A whole wedge of cards came out, which is kind of odd. But the card that is on the bottom of the wedge is the Bridge. So it's funny because I use the word smoothly, and one of the keywords that I use with the Bridge is easy. So things have been going just real smooth and easy for you guys. Underneath the Bridge is the road forward, which is literally just saying like things have been going as expected, as planned. The road has been going forward. Like there's been no weird left or right turns, forks, right? Okay, so let's keep going. Let's move into the present now. So where do I want to start in the present? There's a couple positions here. I think I want to start in, see how you guys are feeling right now. So I call this the position of the heart. This is in the present, and yeah, that's what it tells me. So we have the Oracle card of the Devil here. In your heart. You get the Devil in your heart. Essentially, you feel like there's a challenge, emotionally speaking. Like there's something, either you're feeling like you're restricted by your so with the chair here, it's restriction with your stance in something. It's like with your position, with the way that you are. But not really even the way that you are like super deep. It's just the way that you are on the surface, the way you've defined yourself. That's kind of what the chair is. But I feel like that's really presenting a challenge for you right now. Let me give you an example. It would be sort of like declaring yourself a vegetarian. And that's the chair, right? You sit down in the vegetarian chair, and then there's all this really good tasty meat in front of you, and it's making you like salivate, right? Okay, so that's an example. Is like it's something is challenging. You feel like you're being challenged. Your position is being challenged. Let me pull a card on this. Let's see what else we got. The Devil can also be like a person. In this case, I think it's just more the feeling that we're sort of being restricted by our own stance in something, by the way we've just defined ourselves in something. The card that came out for clarification on this is the Foot, which it's like we want to move forward. The Foot is like acceleration. It's like action. It's like just moving ahead with anything, or maybe even with several things. But in this case, it's like we're feeling stuck. We're feeling just stopped. Maybe even caged. I'm actually getting caged with these two cards by... It's just by our own, like... by our circumstances. But I feel like some of it is self-imposed. Oh, on the bottom, the Rope. Now, the Rope is contracts. Now, this could be a relationship contract that we feel like we're caged by. Or this could just be any contract. Like maybe we feel caged at work, right? You know, a work is a contract. You accept a contract. Generally, especially if you're salary, you accept the contract when you sign up for work. So we're just feeling very caged by some kind of contract. Underneath that is Libra. Definitely could be a relationship contract, like basically just feeling caged in a relationship here. for some of you. All right, let's keep going because as I reveal these cards, I am going to also find out more and I'm going to sort of piece together this a bit more. So where I want to go next is I want to look at what you guys are thinking because a lot of times the thoughts go hand in hand with or synchronized with the heart here. So in your thoughts, the position of the head is what I call this. So in that position, I have Justice with, that's Gemini. So the Oracle card of Gemini. It's like there is a need to be very clear cut where we stand. And yet at the same time, Gemini wants us to try things from the other side. Again, feeling stuck in a position, feeling caged. And then in our heads is like, well, with Libra, it's like, well, it is what it is. That's Libra. But then with Gemini, it's like, well, but then there's the other thing. Let me pull a card on this. This feels conflicted also. Tell me about Gemini with the Justice card. In the position of the head. My Aquarius is. Tell me about Gemini here with the Justice card. Okay? The Sun. The Sun, it's like, yeah. It's something that's just, the Sun is just, it's like something you want to enjoy. It's, something that just makes you feel like you're living in the moment. It is essentially the Sun here, but it's clarifying these cards, which is sort of like saying, I feel like it's just like we don't get a chance to try something. We don't get a chance to do something. We're stuck in a cage, but it's almost like that's it. It's like all we can do is wait, because it's with Libra here. It is what it is. At least that's our rationale, right? This is our thoughts. Let's keep going. So there's only one more position, and then I'm going to look into the future. But this position is the position of the hand. It's basically what you guys are doing, how you guys are handling your situations, people, circumstances. So I have Capricorn with the Two of Pentacles. Well, that's interesting. So because Capricorn is like long-term, and the Two of Pentacles is short-term, right? Could be that we are literally juggling a long-term career. Like we're basically either going back and forth or just switching over. Could be that maybe you have two jobs, or maybe it's seasonal and you're going back and forth, but it could also just be that you are switching over from one job to the other. That's the Two of Pentacles here. Capricorn is, it's usually career. It can be anything that's like long-term or like requires like endurance, but in this case, well, actually in this case, it could be either because we have been talking about relationships. You guys juggling two like long-term relationships here? Tell me more. I'm going to pull a clarifier card on this because I need to dig a little bit more on this one. Okay. So I have a few cards that came out. So these two cards came out together. I have Jupiter and Pluto. Yikes. That's a lot of power, a lot of intensity. Jeez. Just a lot. But we're juggling that. We're juggling a lot, is what I'm seeing here. I feel like things are not as smooth as things were in the recent past here, right? In the recent past, things were going smoothly. Now, you guys are juggling a lot. Anyway. All right, there were a couple other cards that came out, but separately. So they kind of came out in two clumps. So there are 4 cards in this clump. So I have the number 5, the Rabbit, Mercury, and Leo. Again, all kind of continuing to describe what you guys are doing and how you guys are handling situations, which is sort of like juggling 2 long-term things here, like I was saying. And it's literally, it's a lot. It's a lot, and you guys are caged by the situation. Remember, you're feeling caged by this. So with the 5 and the Rabbit, that is literally just reiterating the fact that it's a lot. The 5 is struggle. The Rabbit is multiplicity. So it's kind of like just doing too many things is a struggle. That's all those 2 cards mean. But then there is here Mercury and Leo here. Could mean that this situation is also like juggling social situations. Long-term social situations. Apply that as it may be. Okay, let's move into the future. We're gonna see what's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna pull advice for you guys. Oh no! I just shuffled the Oracle card for the last one. Well, I'll have to pull a card for that one. So the last tarot card that I have here is the Eight of Cups. And we'll never know what that Oracle card was, but we'll see what comes out next. So coming up in the future here, Eight of Cups, you're gonna have to drop one of these things. You have way too much going on. You just have way too much going on. So the Eight of Cups with the cat, though, it's not like outright dropping it. The cat is sort of like doing something very carefully, cautiously, maybe even slowly. But you are going to have to give something up very carefully, is the message with these two in the future. Either you're going to have to, or it's just what's going to happen. Remember, this is just looking at the future. We're not at advice yet. Let me pull more cards. Let's see. Anything else about this? Give it a good shuffle. Anything else about the cat with the Eight of Cups coming up in the short-term future? We are talking like 2 weeks in the future or so, but, you know, plus minus a week. All right, here we go. We got 3 cards. So I have the 4, excuse me, the 4 with the sword and the cup. So essentially, you're not really dropping one of these situations. You are walking away in the sort of taking a break from, okay? You got to take a break from one of these long-term things that you're trying to juggle, social situations. And again, it could even be social situations tied to a career or just social situations in general, because it is Capricorn. But you're going to have to take a break from one, the 4. The 4 is a break. And then with the sword and the cup, again, this is still making your feelings clear. This is, you will have to be clear about what's going on, and you're going to have to make your feelings clear, but you're just going to also have to say, I need a break from this. On the bottom, the mask. The mask. The mask is just something that's obvious. I'm kind of feeling like this is very obvious. You guys, if you guys are juggling so much stuff, it's pretty obvious that you can't continue it. It's not sustainable forever. It's sort of in your face, I feel, the fact that it's too much to keep going, especially since in the recent past, you guys have really been enjoying, like, having it easy. Let's do advice. All right, the way I'm going to pull advice or ask for advice is, drop the card, is I'm going to just see what you guys should be doing, what kind of things you guys should be paying attention to. So it's positive advice. Pretty straightforward, keep it simple. Can I have some positive advice, please, for my Aquarius? So that was fast. Interesting. High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about spirituality. It is also about keeping quiet. There was potentially a lot of like social engagement happening. The High Priestess is, again, sort of fade into the background with the High Priestess here. Could be the advice, but also the High Priestess is a spiritual card, so that could also be part of the advice. Let's see what else comes out. Anything else here for advice, please, for my Aquariuses? Have some more advice for my Aquariuses. Have some advice for my Aquarius signs. Anything else besides this High Priestess? Anything else, guys? Might not be anything else. Let's see. This one's taking a while. Might not be anything. You know? But I really want clarification on this High Priestess, because it could be, like I said, it could be those two things. Gemini. Okay, well that answers that. This is fade into the background from the social scene, specifically. Okay, so that is the one that this is referring to, Gemini. The same card that came out before. You got to fade into the background on one of these things. You got too much going on. That is essentially the advice. That's not even me. That's just what the cards are saying. Okay. On the bottom, Uranus, the 2, the 5. Yeah, it might, like, the fact that you're gonna like ghost some people. In fact, I don't even think you should ghost people, but you are gonna have to tell people that you need a break and fade into the background. But this is saying it's gonna cause kind of a shakeup and a little bit of a struggle. People aren't gonna respond well to it, but that's okay because you gotta do you, you know? So that's it. That's going to be your reading for today, Aquariuses. Thank you guys so much for showing an interest in my videos. I really appreciate it. If this did resonate, press the like button for me. That really helps me out. And I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Take care.